Hello there Internet, welcome back to Cascade Juggling. It's Bob here, this time with another tutorial for you all. This week we're going to be looking at balancing objects. Let's just jump straight to it. So, just before we jump into balancing an object, we're going to have a quick little look at the fundamentals of balance. It's something that we have all had to learn at some point in our lives. If you're not sure, just stand up and look at your feet. Yeah, you're balancing. Now that you're up on your feet, I want you to find a little bit of space, enough to swing your arms around. You stand up on one foot and shut your eyes. Now, we've got our eyes shut just to block out a bunch of other senses because I want you to really be paying attention to what's going on down at your foot and kind of through the rest of your body. And one of the biggest things to notice here is actually you are in a constant state of movement. If I was to be totally static and upright, I would eventually fall over. And this is the exact same with balancing an object. Now that we've got that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and grab our objects. As I'm in a juggling shop, I'm going to go ahead and grab a juggling club. But it's not necessary to use a juggling club. You can use a variety of household objects and items, like a wooden spoon, a broom, curtain pole, TV remotes, anything long, straight, unbreakable, and preferably nothing incredibly heavy. Some objects are easier than others to balance, so have a play around and find out what suits you best. Now that we have our objects, we're going to go ahead and take the next steps towards balancing them. So take your other hand, have it flat out in front of you. We're going to take our object, place it in the palm of the hand, fixing our eyes to the very top. We're going to let go. As soon as you let go of the object, you're going to realize that it wants to take on a life of its own, and the fluctuations begin. The reason that we keep our eyes glued to the very top of the object is because that is the point that is going to move first and is going to give us all of the information we need to maintain the balance. There are two different things to try here. One is letting the object move and trying to move the balancing hand underneath to maintain the balance. The other is to try and move the balancing hand underneath the object, and this way you keep control of it. Once you've gotten comfortable keeping the balance in hand, you're probably wondering what to try next. Thing is, there are a lot of different spaces on the body where you can try balancing. We have thumb, finger, elbow, shoulder, nose, forehead, tongues, chins, knees, toes, heels. The list probably goes on. Okay, so if you've tried all of the other imaginable and unimaginable spots on the body to try and balance an object, you might think, how do I continue to challenge myself? Well, the smaller and the lighter the object, the harder it is to balance. So if you try balancing a pencil, credit card, teaspoons, incredibly difficult, but doable. There are a lot of very talented performers out there who spent much time mastering these skills, and you could too. And the challenges don't stop there. You could try balancing objects on other objects, which will completely change the dynamic, although many of the core principles will stay exactly the same. You could try throws into balance, throwing objects onto other objects and keeping them in balance, and many other sorts of wild and crazy variations that my imagination can't come up with right now. And that's you, now well on your way to becoming a balancing master. We hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below with your favorite objects, combinations of objects to balance. We look forward to seeing you in the next one.